I'm going to go ahead and start with the parent checkout feature of this concept design. A parent walks in and they select to check out their student. They enter either an ID number that the school has given them, a barcode or QR or some other form of ID into the keypad. They can also search by student, and if they click in this box, a keyboard would come up on the screen and they would type in the student's last name that they want to search for, and then it would come up. When they select enter, the student choices come up. In this case, for this sample, there are two choices in this household and that are associated with this contact. If Sharisa has a dental appointment, but Mark doesn't, she can select Sharisa, or she can select all of her students and select submit. When she selects submit, several things happen at this point. A message is sent to the office computers, either by permission or by role, or however the developers decide. At that point, the office person will verify checkout. When they select verify checkout, a message is sent to the classroom, to the teacher, to retrieve that student. Once that happens, that student also has information sent to a proctor or all proctors who have tablets, so that if they scan the ID card or present the tablet to the student to type their number in, it gives them what the student status is. I'll show this in a moment for check-in. When the student comes to the office, they'll be presented with a keypad. Again, I like to put instructions up on the screen, but we don't have to, especially for the little ones, if everybody practices through this. They send the students through this or show a video. Once the student selects enter, again, the office personnel are presented with a screen. At that point, any of the office personnel clicks on approve checkout. Everything is stamped and time stamped. Who that person is that approved the checkout, what time they approved the checkout, and when they click on the button, the student will be presented with their name and their ID and a message from the system saying you are checked out. For the purpose of continuing this recording, I'm going to click on that button and it takes me back to the beginning. We can also have this auto send. Once it's complete and the student walks away, it can reset to this screen using a timer. So now I'm going to show how a student comes back to school through the front office and checks in. The student will enter their number. Again, there are instructions on the screen. It can be their lunch number. It can be a number that's universally used throughout the school. Once they're here, this screen is sent to the tablet for the proctors with the student's picture, their alerts, whether they're checking in or they're checking out, what their current class is, and we can add additional information here if we choose. If we wanted to, we could add a parent contact phone number if we need to contact the parent, and the teacher's name associated with the course. The student could scan this in with the ID, a QR code, or they could use the keypad with the proctor holding the tablet so the student doesn't run off with it or whatever, and type their information in for all of this information to be populated on the right. Once they do that, when the teacher goes back to the computer and activates the system so the student could actually walk into the classroom during class, they wouldn't have to present the teacher with anything. When the teacher goes back to the attendance system to take attendance for their next class or use our system for something else, a notification, a little bell, would automatically open, and then it would say, Sharisa checked in at 9:45 in this case today. The teacher would verify by clicking. It would automatically update the attendance. And if that student didn't get to class until 10:05, then they're truant. The system logs it. The teacher can take a note, make note of it in the system, which I didn't put in this functionality, but there's all kinds of possibilities with this functionality. The whole purpose of it is to remove ourselves from having to use or present drivers to physical time-stamping paper. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and hopefully some creative functionality will be added. I'd like to thank Schwal and especially Francine for getting our minds stimulated for this concept.